Hi Mayuri, hi Rohit.
Hi.
Mayuri, you're starting the recording?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Just started it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, Rohit. So let's start with a brief introduction about yourself first.
Yeah, so my name is Rohit Muralidhar Shivangle. I have completed my graduation from Pune University in 2020. Since then, I'm working as a machine learning engineer, and I'm an optimistic person. I tend to be team oriented as a functional expertise in machine learning, in preparing data and developing and deploying highly scalable machine learning models, hands-on experience on Python with lowest devices with reputed client. And right now, I'm looking for an opportunity where I can grow my skills and gain better exposure. So talking about my current employer, means previous employer, predicting a model to make a model to predict the premiums based on the individual situation of their customers. So this was the problem statement which we came across, and we started working on it. When the data came to us, then we found that the data was sort of like that, what was the age of the customer, what is their marital status, what is their smoking status, do they smoke or not, and what is their uh, body mass index is there, like these features were there. So out of these features, those features were important for us to prepare the model. We kept those features, and those features which were not used and which were having a number of null values, maximum number of null values, we eliminated those features, and we kept those features only which were helpful. And then we check the null values, we check the correlation between independent feature and the features with the dependent feature correlation. And we came across the outliers, and we eliminated those outliers with the help of IQR and Z-score techniques. And also we use the imputation techniques such as mean, median, mode, which were helpful for means to encounter the outliers. And this way we pre-process the data, and after that we came across the feature selection techniques such as embedded, in which ridge and lasso were the main feature selection techniques. So we use that, and as our model was going to predict the continuous means the dependent feature was going to mean continuous format, the amount, the expense, the rate of policy. So we decided not to go with the classification model such as logistic regression, such as logistic, and because the output of the classification models will give us into categorical format, zeros, one, true, false, yes, no. So we decided to go with the regression models. So in regression model, we considered linear regression, logistic regression, random forest regressor, XGBoost regressor, and gradient descent regressor. So out of these models, we got the good R square value and lowest RMSE on random forest regressor. So we chose random forest regressor because it was giving us a good R square and lowest RMSE. And then we finally trained our model by using random forest regressor. However, there are more things to improve, such as adding more features, such as adding the medical history of a patient. On those basis also we can improve that. So there is a chance of improvement. In this way, I was a part of this project in EDA till the last stage of training model. So this is about me.
Yeah, Rohit. Okay, so going through your resume, I had certain questions. From your first project, I think it was predictive analytics and in risk assessment domain.
Yeah.
So, can you tell me what techniques did you use to handle missing values in your data set?
So missing values can be handled by using imputation techniques such as mean, median, mode. If there are null values are there, then we can fill those null values with the help of mean, median, mode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, so have you used standard scaling or min-max scaling anytime?
Yes means rarely.
Okay, so do you know the difference between them or in which case which is used?
Means like scaling is used to normalize the data, and the normalized, there are two types of scaling, normalize and standardize. So
Hmm.
standardize is the range of standardization is -1 to 1, and whereas the standard scaling has no range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you use gradient boosting, right, as your model.
Yes.
So before that, did you try other models or how it was?
So before that, we tried linear regression, logistic regression,
Hmm.
random forest regressor also, and XGBoost regressor. These were the
Okay.
models.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you evaluated it based on what all metrics?
Based on R square and RMSE.
Okay. Can you tell me the difference between R square and adjusted R square?
So R square is nothing but R square is finding the goodness of a means between the predicted and actual value.
Hmm.
Means if the error is low between the adjusted and means sorry between the predicted and actual value, so it is less. We can find out this through R square value, and adjusted R square is nothing but the modified version of R square. And means if we add number of samples, more number of samples, then adjusted R square can be used in that case.
Okay. And which one is better according to you?
According to me, R square is better.
Okay. Okay. So did you encounter overfitting or underfitting from your model?
Yes, underfitting means we also the reason to finalize random forest regressor was because of overfitting issue.
Okay, you finalized gradient boosting, right? Or random forest?
No, no, random forest. I mistakenly written in my
Okay.
resume. Yeah,
Because of overfitting. So,
yeah.
any models for underfitting your data set?
Uh, just like linear regression and
Okay.
uh, and one two or more models where we tried there that was giving means overfitting issue was there.
Hmm.
Yeah, so to encounter this, we use random forest. So basically, what random forest does, random forest is nothing means uses the ensembling techniques. There are two types of ensembling techniques, bagging and boosting. Out of this, random forest uses bagging technique. In bagging technique, what happens with the help of n estimators, we can decide the number of decision trees, and the number of decision the data is distributed into number of decision trees, and the decision trees predict their output at their end. In case of classification, we go with the majority voting, and in case of regression, we go with the average of the output of decision tree. So this reduces the overfitting issue.
Okay, so that's why you went with random forest. Fine. Yeah. So you used ML flow for tracking experiments and all, right?
Right.
So, according to you, in your project, which features did you find most useful?
There is one feature smoker, and the other one is age. Because see, if a person is a smoker, means
Hmm.
he is smoking and his age is high, then
Okay,
this was highly correlated with the dependent
okay.
feature.
I'm
Because if
not
a person
asking about the data set. I'm asking features of ML flow,
features of ML flow.
which
So
was very useful for you in your project.
So basically, the use of ML flow is to keep the tracks
Mhm.
and to maintain the life cycle
Yeah.
of project.
Okay, so just for tracking purpose, you used it.
Yeah, means I don't have any exposure into ML flow. I was part
Hmm.
and I have the basic understanding about ML flow.
Okay, fine. Um okay, can you tell me the differences between precision and recall? And in which scenario would precision be more important than recall, and vice versa?
Precision and recall are the imputation techniques. Basically, we consider this in classification type of model. So, we have one more evaluation metric, that is confusion metric. So, confusion metrics gives us the true positive, true negative, false positive, false negative. All these type of values we get because of the confusion matrix. So precision is nothing but the collectively actual true values out of total true values, and recall is nothing but the true positive upon true positive plus false negative. So this is precision and this is recall. So in case of imbalanced data, we go with precision and recall. In case of balanced data, we go with the accuracy.
Okay, fine. Uh, yeah, coming to your second project, that was fraud detection. How did you determine which features were most relevant, like based on domain knowledge, or what kind of feature importance techniques did you apply?
Like the domain knowledge was also one of the important key, and the other thing I said that with the help of feature selection techniques such as embedding technique and wrapping technique and also region lasso, these are the regularization technique which helps us to pick the feature.
Okay. Okay, so usually in fraud detection, no, the data set B is imbalanced. So, what techniques did you use to balance your data set?
Uh, in case of imbalanced data set, what we use the resampling techniques such as smooth synthetic minority oversampling technique. With the help of this thing, we can overcome the imbalanced data set, because in imbalanced type of data set, what happens, we can get the good accuracy, but the performance is poor. So to overcome this, we use the resampling and smooth technique.
Okay, fine. Uh, okay, suppose a new class comes into your data set. Like right now, there is fraud and non-fraud. Say a class X is coming, then how would you like adapt your model to detect it? What steps you would take?
Can you repeat once more?
See, right now you have two classes, fraud and non-fraud. So suppose a new class comes. So now you have three classes, fraud, non-fraud, and X. It's not a memory this, it is more than two. So it is three classes. So how would you adapt your model to detect this class?
So this comes under multinomial classification. So in this case, what we will do, one versus rest. In binary is 1:1, but in multinomial means if the classes are more than two, then in this case we will use multinomial. Here we will apply one versus rest. Means if yeah.
No, like how would you train your model? How would you what you would do? That in terms of that, I'm asking you. You okay?
Yeah,
You would
means
try different models, or you would still go with the same model?
I'll try different classification models. I can explain you with one example like gender. There are
Okay.
two genders, male
Hmm.
and female, and
Hmm.
nowadays we are introduced to one more gender, that is the other also
Yeah.
when we
Huh.
fill the form. So in this case, for the first scenario, male and female, we will just check the number of male and we will check the means model where we are getting the number of male and female. But
Yeah.
now there was a direct differentiation between two categories, but
Hmm.
now here third category is introduced. So
Hmm.
in one category we will add the two classes, male and female, and then we will compare this with the third category, other, and then we will categorize the female and other, and we will compare it with male. In this way we can means classify the model.
Okay, fine. Understood. Yeah. So I have a hands-on question for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can take this string which I'm sending you. It is in quotes. Okay. You can open Collab or any editor, Jupyter Notebook, anything whichever you like.
Okay.
And just copy that one line. Apple is expected to release only that, whichever is in quotes.
Okay. Are you able to see my screen?
Wait, it's coming, huh? Yeah, I'm able to see. Just store it in a variable.
I just need to store this string into a variable, right?
Yeah. Hmm. Okay. So I already typed the question, but I'll repeat it again. You can use any pre-trained model, you can use any library, package, anything. You'll have to perform NER on the sentence, named entity recognition. So have you
Okay.
done named entity recognition any time before?
Yes, I tried, but I'm not able to recall that name
Yes.
entity
Okay.
recognition.
Okay. I'll give you two questions. You can choose whichever you want to perform. Either do named entity recognition or do sentiment analysis and just tell me the sentiment of the sentence.
Okay.
And for this, you can use Google. You can browse the syntax, no typing it in Chat GPT and all. Just tell me which library, and you can Google the syntax and use it.
Okay, so I can use. Can I use Google or something?
Yeah, yeah, that's what I said. You can use Google, you can browse. Only the syntax.
Okay. Actually, I'm not able to recall, but I can tell you the steps what can be done here.
Okay.
Yeah, so name entity recognition, specifically I can't tell you, but here what will happen, what I can do, I can remove the stop words from this corpus, and here with the help of RNN or LSTM RNN, we can means check the sentiment of this sentence. Like see means in RNN, what happens? It loses the means if the context of the sentence is
Hmm?
changed, then it loses the memory. But in case of LSTM, what happens? It will not. If the context is changed, in that case, it will not lose the memory. So, like here, Apple is expected to release new iPhone in next month in California, and again here the context will change in Dubai and Africa. So in LSTM, it will not forget this. Apple is expected to release the new iPhone in next month. So this can be done, and also we can check the names, means like Apple is there. Apple is a noun, and it can be recognized as name. And here also there are three geographical names like California, Dubai, and Africa. With the help of name entity recognition, we can recognize these names, and also the sentiment we can check.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're not able to recall any library you're saying.
Means with the help of NLTK library we can use, but uh,
Yeah, you can browse the syntax now, NLTK to do sentiment analysis. If you're not able to recall, it's okay, Rohit. Hmm? Okay.
yeah.
I think that's all for this interview. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Can I?
Yeah, yeah, you can stop sharing. You can.
So I have some questions. Like, if I get selected, then what will be my role in your company?
I think you'll be either, based on your experience, you may be a senior data scientist or data scientist.
Okay. And what is about means the company is into ML, NLP, deep learning, or Gen I, LLMs.
There are all multiple projects on everything.
Okay. So based on the experience only,
Hmm.
what? Yeah. So right,
No.
like.
See, initially for 3 months, you'll be shadowing someone just to know about the company culture, what kind of clients come, like that. Then after 3 months, you'll be put in one individual project and your contribution will be there. You'll be added to client calls, everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
It means because the problem statement you provided me was based on the NLP, so that's why
Yeah.
I had that question.
I thought you'd have done NLP question, NLP project, so I asked you.
Yeah.
And those were
So
like basic questions.
no, I truly understand this thing.
Mhm.
Uh,
So it would not be NLP. It can be CV also, it can be NLP, or it can be EDA also.
yeah,
Hmm?
yeah.
Okay, Rohit. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.